Hello students, we are back with the chapter gravitation. In the last class we had done what is meant by gravitational force, discussed about centripetal force and Kepler's law. Then also we had discussed that Kepler was not able to explain why the planets obeyed his laws, why the planet obeyed the laws which was given by him, and what was the force which is making the planets follow certain patterns around the sun. So these answers were given by Sir Isaac Newton in his law called as Universal Law of Gravitation. So now I want you to write in your book, write the heading Universal Law of Gravitation. Universal Law of Gravitation. Universal Law of Gravitation. Now again we need a diagram for this. Let us consider two objects, one of mass m1 and the other object of mass m2. Okay, let us consider two objects. Let us consider this object of mass m1, and a little away from that object we have another object of mass m2. Let this be A and let this be B. The distance between them will show it as D, small letter D. Okay, so we have two objects of mass m1 and m2 kept at a distance of D from each other. Listen carefully. According to universal law of gravitation, every object in a universe attracts every other object with a force. Okay, every object in the universe is exerting a force on the other object, and that force is directly proportional to product of the masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. For example, now here mass m1 and mass m2. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force. This force is directly proportional sign, product of masses, directly proportional to product of masses. So m1 is the mass of first object into m2 is the mass of second object, and inversely proportional to, how will you write inversely proportional? Just an upon, no? Inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. So distance between these two objects A and B is D. Square of the distance means D square. Put it in a box. Okay, so every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force. I want you to repeat with me. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to square of distance between them. For example, suppose I have a scissor here and this chalk. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is directly proportional to product of mass. Now mass of this chalk multiplied by mass of this scissor. So the force is directly proportional to product of these two mass and inversely proportional to square of the distance. Now this is the distance between them. Inversely proportional means if one quantity increases, other quantity decreases. For example, common sense. No, if these two objects are far away from each other, the force will be less. Okay, inversely proportional. More the distance, less the force. Less the distance, more the force. Okay. If one quantity increases, other quantity also increases. It is called direct proportion. So here it is direct proportion, force and product of masses. One quantity increases, other quantity decreases is called as inverse variation. So the distance is in inverse variation with the force. Understood till here? Copy till here? Okay. Okay, you have copied till there. Now, let us extend that. F is directly proportional to m1, m2 upon r square. You have written till here. Now, if I remove the proportionality sign, you always introduce a constant. Okay, in your maths class you had introduced a constant. Here we will introduce the constant as, because it is universal constant of gravitation, the constant will be capital G. So you can't use any other alphabet. It should be G m1 m2 upon r square. In your textbook you may see a d square or r square. It is the distance between two objects. So it can be r square or d square. So if you want, I'll write it as d square, going as per the textbook, d square. Okay till here? Understood till here? So F is equal to G m1 m2 upon d square. Once again let us repeat the universal law of gravitation. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is directly proportional to product of masses. Repeat with me. Which is directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. दोनों के बीच का distance. Square of the distance between them. I hope you have by hearted the law. Clear? Okay. So if I remove the proportionality sign, I'll get the constant. That constant is G. You call it as universal constant of gravitation. Universal means everywhere in the universe the value of G remains the same. Anywhere you go, whether you are talking about Earth, Jupiter, Mars, anywhere the value of G will be same. What is that value? Again, this value was formulated by Cavendish, the scientist, and he gave us the value of G, roughly estimated 6.673, but we will not write 673 because in the sums we take only 6.67. In most of the sums we take like this. 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Now from where this Newton meter square per kilogram square came, that also I'll explain to you. For the time being you write till here. G is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Okay? Let's move ahead. Now how that Newton meter square per kilogram square came, let us find out. So you wrote F is equal to G m1 m2 upon d square. Now we all know F means force. What is the unit of force? Yes, tell me. Correct, Newton. Now we are here to find out the unit of G. So this is the special thing. M1 and M2 are mass. What are the units of mass? Kilogram. What is the unit of distance? Meter. So let us put the units here. So in place of force I'll write Newton. N is equal to G, I'll write same. M1, M2 means kilogram into kilogram upon D for distance. Distance कैसे measure करते हैं? Meter. For SI unit it is meter. So meter square. Now let us take this meter square to this side. So you get Newton meter square. These two will come down. Kilogram into kilogram will become kilogram square is equal to G. Understood? So what is the unit of G? Newton meter square per kilogram square. Same thing I told you, no? So the value of G is 6.673 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. How that unit came, that also I explained. Please take a note of it in your book. Write down. Who had given us this value of G? Henry Cavendish. That also you remember. In the sums we need this. Okay? Okay, fine. So, again I'll write down the formula, universal gravitational force formula. F is equal to G m1 m2 upon d square. This gravitational force, universal constant of gravitation, is equal to the force. Universal constant of gravitation will be equal to the force when these two will be equal. When will they equal? When will they be equal? If mass is 1 kilogram, both mass is 1 kilogram, distance is also 1 meter. 1 meter square will be 1 only, no? So therefore, F is equal to, G will remain the same. If the mass is 1 kilogram, 1 into 1, 1, and distance is 1 square. So 1 square is 1 only. So when will F be equal to G? When will be the force will be equal to the universal constant of gravitation? It will be equal if the force is acting on two bodies of unit mass kept at unit distance from each. So we saw that the value of gravitational constant G is equal to the force if the objects are unit mass and the distance between them is unit. That is, if two objects are of unit mass 1 kilogram, 1 kilogram, and the distance between them is also 1 meter, then the value of gravitational constant will be the force exerted by two unit masses kept at a distance of unit distance from each other. When will be F equal to G? If you have both the bodies of 1 kilogram and distance between them is also 1 meter. Okay, so today we discussed about universal law of gravitation, the value of G. The value of G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. By heart it. Okay, till here. Now make a note of it till we meet the next time. Bye, students.